Hello and welcome. Hope you guys and girls are well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. You join me on American Truck Simulator, and I'm driving my own tractor unit, obviously. Not my trailer. It looks like one of mine, but it's not one of mine. With the, is it the heavy haul farming DLC or whatever it is on the back? Looks like an automated tractor to me. Yeah. No way you can get a driver in that bad boy. But let me jump in, as this bit of the building up is the air. Let me quickly show you something. First of all, let's do the route. So it's a short one for today. It's this one. If it let me, from here to here. That's obviously the load. We go back to, go back home. Let me go back home. Let me show you if it lets me. Always forget where this is. Vehicle, there we go. And that's all the other information you need. Let me show you something briefly as well. Let me just go into options. And let's go into controls. And as you can see, keyboard / Moza. I don't know if it's just Moza Racing. No, it's always going to be keyboard / Moza. And as you can still see, I've got Moza multifunction stalks. Those are still the same. That's still the same. That's still the same. Let me briefly show you the settings. Now, I went on to the Moza. There's two different videos you can watch, but there's one from Moza and one from another guy, but it's very similar in concept. I'll leave the link for both the Moza now and the other guy. I forget his name. Sorry in advance. Now. For the settings, for you guys that are curious from where I got the base settings, but I've got the R9. Now you may be looking there and you're looking at the same thing as, why don't I see the TSW? You just driving it with a spanner, Kev? No, I am driving with the TSW, and to prove that point, I'm gonna pause the video in a second and show you guys and girls my setup and what's going on. So I'll pause the video now. Hello guys, as I mentioned in the main video, I'd quickly show you guys and girls my setup. For the people are doubting my word on what I've got, there's my Moza TSW wheel, and I'm spinning it round all the way. Don't know if you can hear that, but it's me rubbing against the wheel as I turn it. It's 900 degrees that way. And then it's go the other way. 900 degrees that way. And if I let go, it's going to sort of like more or less center itself to a point. I'm not holding it at all. Full speed back sort of like starts to go around about there. So then you have to sort of like go just adjust it back to yourself by yourself. And as you can see, my CRP2 pedals are there. Now I've put them back on base. That's my throttle. Now look, this is my brake, and that's me pushing it as hard as I can. If I push any further, I literally launch myself out of the back of my chair. That's as far as I can without literally breaking my chair. As far as I can push it. So what I've done, what I do, is I push it, push it not as hard as I can, but sort of similar, slowly, that's as hard as I can. And then if I back off a little bit, just to set my minimum, or set my maximum, that's my maximum now. So down, I can easily achieve my maximum without straining myself. And that's just my bare feet. With my slippers, I could probably get a little bit more. Again, like I said, the settings on my wheel, on my pedals ain't great because I haven't bolted them down. They're kind of wedged into my wheelbase, but you get the idea. And that's my clutch. Like that. But anyway, I'll go back to the main video. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, as you saw, I've got TSW hooked up and everything else for you guys that are doubting. And as you saw there, I demonstrated that I couldn't push all the pedal all the way down. Now, again, that's the same situation. I can't push the pedal all the way down. This is from when it came straight out of the box. It's quite stiff. And I'm not used to it. The clutch, I've got a handle now. That kind of, I'm going to go into detail of what my thoughts are on it all as I drive. But let's get on going. Might still be low on air, so let me just crank the accelerator up a little bit. Build her up. I thought I'd do a bit of a, make sure the pressure builds and everything else. Alright, as it's a shorter run. And it's not my trailer. So I'm going to make sure this trailer holds up. I've had to move my mic because this wheel, the TSW wheel, you know, I've got it set up on a clamp and I've got it set up so it's not a similar angle to what you see in front of me, but it's more set to what you see on a coach or a bus, that sort of angle. I didn't want it so, because the problem with the way things are and the way my desk is, the only way I could have it so it's a bit lower would be too low and I wouldn't be, it'd just be a nightmare. I've got my truck clamp inverted, the actual truck clamp that holds the whole wheel on inverted, so it's actually upside down on the desk. Reason is, if I have it the right way up, it'd be too low, my legs will hit it because of my setup, my desk setup and my wheel stand setup and my integrated button box setup. My legs will hit it, so I've had to invert it, so it's slightly higher than it should be. It works out okay for me. Okay, if I were to sort of like hitch my knee up quickly, I could potentially smack my leg against the bottom of the Moza wheelbase, which is not ideal, but I've not done that yet. I just have to be careful when I move my legs around. I've got the wires managed to a point where they're not taut against the back of the stand or the back of the Moza base, but they are loop. They're like a little hoop. Well, loop. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, I digress. Let's do a trailer tug test, and let's get away. Get on the way. Let's bring up this. I've dribbled on. You might be wondering, what are my thoughts? Before I show you tell you my thoughts. Now, watch this. As I showed you in the video, I've reset the amount of, well, the rotation amounts from 1,800, and you have to also set your animation to the suit, otherwise it looks a bit weird. Problem is, you don't really know until you start driving forward. My old G27 used to snap back to a point and then you'd know where you were. This kind of doesn't do that, so I'm trying to get getting used to that. Anyway, my brain, see, there you go. My brain now has to re-educate myself. Because the fact that it's now a lot larger turning circle, my brain has to now re-educate myself on how this thing handles, and you're going to see me muck up. And I drive a lot worse than I used to drive. Because my brain is used to, was it 980 degrees or whatever it was. You might be thinking, that's not that much of a difference, is it, Kev? It is, when your wheel is a lot larger than the wheel you used to use. Although I used to have an actual custom, well, came from an old Mini Cooper S, so it wasn't a standard G27 wheel anymore. It was a bit larger, but not as large as this. This thing is humongous, this TSW.
Continue straight.
And I mean, it's given me a new appreciation to what these truck drivers are actually feeling and what they do.
Turn right.
Ooh.
And then turn left.
But my thoughts now, night and day difference compared to my G27. The only way I can describe it to you guys and girls, so you can understand what my thoughts truly are, is now for you, only applies to you guys and girls that have like transitioned. You can let me out, Van. Cheers, dude. Now, yeah, what's the same? My thoughts is night and day difference, and it's like if you guys and girls have gone from, say, a mouse keyboard to a steering wheel, and how much difference you felt when you did that. That is the sort of level I'm at with this, and going from my G27 to my Moza. Like I said, Moza G27 was great, did a job, served me extremely well through the years. But this changes the game completely for me. So if you're going from, like, say, either a gamepad to a steering wheel, or even worse situation, mouse keyboard to steering wheel, that is this level I'm at now. That sort of feeling you initially get when you first start to drive it. Once you get the hang of it, I still haven't got the hang of it, so you're going to see me struggle. But this is, the feeling I get from this now. I've still got some tweaking to do, like the pedals. I've got to adjust them. The best way to describe the CRP2 pedals, when you get them first out the box, the brake pedal, for me, don't get me wrong, for me your mileage may vary. You may have better or stronger legs than I've got, but I found it incredibly stiff. I need to sort of like get back under the desk and adjust that. The best way to describe that would be, right, for you guys and girls that do drive, you're gonna be lost if you don't, but you guys and girls that do drive, next time you get into your car, don't turn the engine off. Sorry, don't turn the engine off. Don't turn the engine on. Don't even put it onto ignition 1. Just sit there, pump your pedal, your brake pedal that is, and feel the pedal itself. It should gradually gets harder and harder as you punch. As you punch? As you push. Sorry. And it shouldn't take you long. It should be a couple, could be 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. You'll feel it gradually getting stiffer as you push with your foot on the pedal. And then intensively hard once you've done that. That is that hardness feeling. That is the sort of like feeling you got with the brake pedal out the box all the time. Little tip of advice for you guys and girls as well. If you push and hold the pedal without the engine on again, and just push and hold down on the pedal, brake pedal that is, if it starts to, if you feel it start to feel a bit spongy, i.e. it's sort of like over time you feel it sort of like sag down a little bit, or you feel a little bit of a resistance, then it's kind of like a spongy feel, like if you're pushing your thumb against the sponge, you may need to get your brakes checked, i.e. they might need bleeding, or there might be an initial problem somewhere. Another thing you can do as well is hold the brake down again, turn the engine on. If the brake pedal sinks, that's totally natural. That's something you need to, that's something which is totally natural. You don't need to worry. That's your vacuum coming in and it's working the brake master cylinder. If it doesn't do that, then you do need to worry. Now for the clutch, you might be wondering about the clutch. Clutch feels very good, actually. Best way to describe it again would be probably apply to more of the old school drivers that have remember the days of driving with like cable, not hydraulically actuated clutches, like the old cable clutches, and you could feel like the clutch was actually doing. See, I got that wrong because I was holding the wheel and should have just let it slip through. Yeah, so when you push it down on the clutch, you feel an initial bit of resistance, and then you feel a bit more resistance, and then you feel a bit of a release of the sort of like where it passes the spring point on the release plate. That's exactly what that feels like. So if you're thinking about upgrading to a direct drive wheel, I recommend it. If you're thinking of getting a Moza direct drive base, I recommend it. If you're thinking about getting a TSW as well as a truck sim wheel, go with it. I recommend it. You're going to have to re-educate your brain. Get mindful for that. As for the pedals, yes, I do recommend them. However, if you're not used to that sort of set of pedals, if you're used to driving with G27s like me, you're going to find them a very difficult adjustment. So bear that in mind. Where do we need to go? I think we need to go in there. I'm going to jump out quickly, peeps. Brake on. Just take her out of gear. Jump out quickly. Leave the engine running. Out of jump. Wrong button. Where do I need to go? I'm guessing in here. Ah, right, okay. So we need to come round there. And the drop-off point is here. Is there a way I can spin it? Yes, there is. I could probably, if I'm cheeky enough, I could probably spin around in here. That is probably the plan. So that's what I'm going to do. Break off. Now, no point have Moza asked me to endorse the products. This is my personal opinion. There are cheaper alternatives, obviously, to Moza. I know it's a big investment to go to Moza setup.
Make a U-turn. Let's keep our enemies guessing.
You could go to Camus route if you really want to go that right way. However, you won't be able to get the Moza TSW onto the Camus because I don't think it's detachable. You'd have to get one that's detachable with the same sort of like quick release setup like Moza have to get your TSW in. You could potentially, now again, I'm not saying do this, I'm not saying not do this, I'm definitely not saying definitely not do this. What I'm doing now is just getting this wrong. I knew I was gonna regret doing this. Right. I don't know if I'm gonna make that. I don't want to crush these. Yeah, I don't want to go like that either. Sorry guys, as I get... Whoa, I think that was... I don't know what that was, but I almost went flying forward. Something falling off... Oh, I know exactly what that was. It's my charging thing. I think I passed that without 2 minutes danger. I'm very tight up against that trailer. This is a cardinal sin doing what I'm doing now. I'm destroying that trailer's tyres by dragging it around like that. And I'm gonna need to cheat canvas, I'm afraid, peeps. Yeah, you could potentially get another wheelbase as long as it's got a similar release setup. Like I said, there is a bundle option from Moza to get the, I think it's the R5. It's either an R5 and a specialised R3. Don't quote me on that. I'm getting this wrong. It's not made me I told you it wouldn't make me any better of a driver. Made me more appreciative of the... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this again, peeps. Sorry. I could... No, I'm gonna drag it over by this side of these bunkers. There we go. That's where I need to be. Roughly there. You don't necessarily have to go for the CRP2s either. As good as they are, as nice as they are, you don't necessarily have to go for those. I need to go the other way. Just bring that trailer around a bit more. You might be able to hear me work the wood as best as I can. That'll do. Let it just guide her in from there. Right. I should be able to get back into the cab now. He says I'm probably not though. No. But fundamentally, I'd say if you're thinking, wrong gear, Kev. If you're thinking going the Moza route and you have doubts, doubt no more. Definitely go the Moza route. If you're thinking about doing it, go for it. You're definitely won't regret it. It's a lot of money. I appreciate that. But if you're not thinking about Moza, you're just thinking going direct drive. Again, as long as you do your bit of research, that is an option. I probably would fully endorse that as well. Nothing wrong with the Camus. From what I see, a lot of people rave the Camus. But if you want to go down the route of having the Moza TSW, you're probably just better off just saving a bit more money. It's not still not gonna go where I want you to go. How not to park simulator with Kevin Sawyer. Right, okay. I want to get you over here. Where I want to get you. That's where I want you. There. And if I spin around quickly enough. And then go forward again. Will it make you a better driver? No. As you can see, it will not make you any better of a driver. Hasn't magically made me a better driver overnight. No, peeps. And okay, my excuse is the fact that I'm still not 100% used to it yet, but I'm a terrible driver anyway. I never admitted to be a great driver. There we go. We got there eventually. We got there eventually, peeps. Right. See now, in order to straighten up, I've had to pull the wheel round again, but excuse me. It felt like it was straight in my mind, but it wasn't. My wipers are on. Oh, that's why. I've knocked my wipers. That is the only downside of the stalks and the indicator. If you get a bit too knuckly on the bottom end of the wheel, you can knock them. Like I've just knocked them now by just with my knuckles. So that's the only real downside with the Moza stalks and the Moza wheelbase, or the TSW and the Moza stalks. There is space, but if you've got big knuckles like me, then you knock them. You're better off trying to sort of like palm the wheel round with your hand, if you get what I mean, rather than grab it with both hands and try and feed it round. Because especially if you're not relaxing, your knuckles come out, you will knock them. Admittedly, I could have, the instructions do say you can, well, it doesn't actually, it says use the 2 spacers. I thought about just using the 1 spacer and see how that's set, and I didn't try that, but anyway, I digress. Let's brakes on. The brake wasn't on, brake is on now. Job is done. Confirm. Drive. So as I hit the microphone yet again. But I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the episode and me rambling. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to like. If you didn't enjoy it, again, I don't blame you. Again, me rambling on. But if you didn't enjoy it, please feel free to smash the thumbs down icon. Please leave comments down below as well, guys and girls. I don't mind as long as you keep them friendly and keep them clean. Then I don't mind. If you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this, guys and girls, please feel free to share. It helps me out a lot. I don't mind just sharing. And if you're new to my channel, you'll see future episodes of this or anything else that I'm working on. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell and well, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're aware as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. We turn the ignition on. TTFN.